Yeah, so let's get started. This is here's a table of contents. First, we're gonna look at the survey results and see where we're at. And this was very valuable information. Thanks a lot, everyone, for filling that out. Then I'll have a little intro. We'll go back to the starting point where we started 3 months ago with offering you migrations and alternatives. Then we're going to talk about the master plan, the current master plan that we have. I will also take you to the actual Treepl CMS version 1. I'll make a full walkthrough. Next, we're going to talk about third-party integrations, templates, what we have now and what we are aiming at, hosting plans, migration options, partner program, and I'll explain what we're doing with community and what our plans to how we want to cooperate with community starting next week. And the Q&A section in the end. So please post your comments and all the questions during the my demonstration into chat. Dima will keep track of it, and he will copy all the questions into the Google Doc. And in the end, I will go through every question, and we're going to highlight every question green to make sure that we answer every question. So let's get started. So let's see where we at as a community. So let me open that survey we did. So we had 119 responses so far. So this is how many websites you host with BC now. It's 35.1% host 20 to 50. 38% host 5 to 20, and from 50 to 100, 11%, 12%, a little more than 12% host from 1 to 5, and there are 3 partners who have more than 100 websites. Do you host email accounts with BC? For majority of my sites, 36%. For some of my sites, 48.7%, and only 15.4% don't host email accounts with BC. Do you use email marketing with BC? If the answer is no, please specify the name of the software used in the other field. And 58% use email marketing on some of their sites, and 26.8% the majority or all of my sites. And we have some good list of third-party apps that you guys are using. Do you mark up the cost of BC hosting? That was very interesting information to know. It seems like it's almost 50-50. That was very interesting to know. Was Adobe name a selling point for you when you pitched to the client in the very beginning? 78.2% said yes. What's your progress with finding a new home for your BC site? 31%. 51.3% said I'm still actively looking or waiting for alternatives, so it's more than a half. 31% said I have determined an alternative for some of my sites, and only 7.6% have firmly settled with an alternative system for all of their sites. And there we have some good amount of custom answers. Migrating existing sites versus creating new sites, what's the bigger challenge? That was very unexpected, I would say. Migrating existing sites was 50-50 was for 46.6%. Creating new sites was important only for 15.3%. And it's 50-50, and migrating existing sites for 35.6%, which was unexpected. I should admit that. And we have some questions. These are the top platforms. There's a lot of stuff. I will post, as I promised, I will export this into the Google Doc, and I will post all the results, and you can look through that. Name 3 features in Business Catalyst that you missed most in the other platforms. That was very valuable stuff. So basically, it's web apps all in one concept. So that's what I found. Actually, reading that took a lot, especially the final parts, the final questions. Name 3 features that you like most in Business Catalyst and would prefer to have a new alternative platform. yeah, there's just a lot of stuff there. I don't want to focus on that right now. Have you lost a client because of EOL announcement? If yes, please specify how many in other fields. So no, thank God, majority, 65% didn't lose a client, but some lose 2 or 3, and 9 of you said they're so basically half of these guys have lost it. So I would say like 75% didn't. Do you prefer using pre-developed templates when developing websites? Sometimes 56.3% said sometimes, never, custom design only 19.3%. Didn't expect that either. And on the challenges part, there was a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of great stuff. I'm not gonna go lower because there are email addresses. So yeah, we'll post this and hopefully tomorrow or the day after tomorrow for you to take a look at. So I guess we're done here. Let's go further. First of all, I would like to give thanks to my team. We have 3 a.m. in the morning. We have 9 people in the office. We had 14 people altogether, the full-time employees, co-production full-time employees, working on the system for 2.5 months, putting more than 2,800 hours into it. And there's also 1 contractor, so we have 15 people total. I want to give them big thanks. Thanks, everyone. And yeah, because they've been spending a lot of weekends and nights doing this stuff. Next, I'd like to thank early adopters for trusting us and believing in us and helping us, giving their time and participating and building the Treepl CMS. So let's go back to where we began. In the beginning, I think it was the first week when we heard the announcement of end of life. So I presented to you this. This is the slide from one of my presentations, and for me and for the community, my understanding was that the main migration challenges would be time, cost, quantity, and adaptation. So my vision and my goal for the time, cost, and quantity was to automate the process and offer a migration trail. And for the adaptation part, we needed to give a very familiar user experience, preferably upgraded user experience from BC in order to make a smooth transition. So this plan has remained. We stick to that. We didn't change that. The only thing that changed that Action Panel and all the plans that we had for Action Panel has evolved into Treepl CMS. So now you may ask what Platform OS. I haven't been vocal on that for the whole time. We accomplished 1 project together with Platform OS. I think it was in May. From that experience as a team, we felt that the direction Platform OS was heading was different than the direction we feel needed. We have a great relationship with Adam and his team, and we want to see everyone succeed. However, due to the time restraints as a team, we felt that we need to focus 100% of our efforts on Treepl CMS so that we could deliver on our promise of today. We feel that Platform OS is developer heavy, just our understanding, from our experience. Treepl CMS is aligned with the initial version of BC, which is an all-in-one solution for designers, front-end developers, and web agencies. So these are the goals that I put on our website from the very beginning when we started working on Treepl CMS, and you can still see that on our website. It's right here. So the first goal was we wanted together. We didn't want to go build Treepl CMS on our own. So we researched this option, and we have invested some good amount of time and effort into building a prototype, and we showed part of it to you on one of the Sandpiles on Dave's website, as I remember. And yeah, so we made a little deeper research, and we spoke with our most loyal customers that have been with us for 8-9 years. And we told them, hey guys, if we want to build this, we're gonna build this together, or we're out. So we gave them we just shared our experience. Here are our options. If you help us, if you participate, we're gonna get in. Thankfully, we got. There was only one person who actually changed their mind eventually, but everyone else remained, and there was a quick decision. So from the day one, we the goal was to let BC partners build a CMS that they always wanted and deserved while involving them in the development from the very start. Second was build the migration service that would allow thousands of BC sites to be transferred seamlessly to Treepl CMS at affordable cost, and create an opportunity for every partner to present the migration from Business Catalyst CMS to Treepl CMS as a value for money upgrade option. So these three goals has remained, and we keep them in mind while developing this. So what I'm about to present are exactly the results are coming from these three goals. Let's go to our original roadmap. So this was very ambitious, of course. And when we started in Treepl CMS, we got together with early adopters, and we told, and they sent us, as you remember, 5 websites each. And we looked at those websites, the 5 websites that they wanted us to migrate first. And we looked at those websites that we developed. And we noticed that all of them, like 90% of them, at least 90% of them, have module data and custom web apps. So some heavy custom web apps. And these are in version 4. So we decided that, okay, seems like we need to change something in our roadmap. So the very first decision we made was we have to move custom web apps and module data to version 1. So we had to sacrifice some features from in here, but the results that we achieved with custom modules, as we call them, are phenomenal, I would say. The things that we are able to do with custom modules, we were never able to do with web apps. So let's go to our master plan that we have right now. This is it. It's on our new website. It's not available yet, but we will open it up during this session. So this is Treepl CMS master plan. This is our general plan, Treepl CMS development that is defined together with our partners. Let me refresh the page. So version 1, we're past this. And we have static pages, page templates, snippets, we call them content holders, blogs, web forms, banners, that's what we call annotators, dynamic menus, photo galleries, we call them sliders and galleries, contacts and places as a simple CRM, web apps, custom modules, file manager, CMS-based file manager, liquid engine, FTP is there, I just didn't add that, partner portal, and we have responsive admin, Google Analytics feed, enhanced SEO with AMP, and email hosting. So I'll share a little more details on that a little later. So this is where we're aiming at right now for October 1st. I think I forgot to put first here. We already have FAQ done, and the BC tags and module syntax support, which we have done. We have achieved that with Liquid. So basically, there was just a replacement with what you use in BC. We just use Liquid fully there. And these are the things that we are aiming at for version 2. And this is version 3 and version 4. We are aiming for US and there's this Australian, US plus Australian plus European Union data centers for October. Technically, we're people do that, so we don't see any. And we don't need a lot of websites, like thousands of websites in order to do that. Maybe it's like, I think at least 30 websites we need to open the data center, something like that. And if we have we will have 24/7 admin support by code production starting August 1st. So let's see. Let's actually go and let's see Treepl CMS. So this is it. This is how you get to your website. We will put your logo in here. We will change that in the settings. The custom background, there will be a custom background. I'm sorry that we didn't add that in here. So when you log in, I'm showing this on one of our templates. So the first thing that you will see is the Google Analytics feed. When you will arrive to the new website, there will be a button here set up at the Google Analytics feed, and you will get to a page where you enter the API code and a whole bunch of other, API code, and I think something, there was one little field and some sort of ID. And right away from that website, you will get the Google Analytics feed right in here instead of analytics that you have. Now, the good thing about Google Analytics feed is this was just an example, let me show you what we actually can add. You know, so we build an API to bring, you might, we built the API, and we can basically, hey, how do I make this video? What? One second, I will switch this to English so you understand it better. Not by default, it's for some reason. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not going to spend time on that. Sorry about that. So these are the feeds that we can put in there. In fact, we can actually take this one. I like that one better. I just saw that later. Oh. Okay. So I was thinking actually adding this one on in here. Yeah. So, but the fees that we can add here, this is basically the list of the stuff that we can put in here. I like this one. This is the by device, computers, smartphones, and tablets. And there's a whole bunch of stuff for e-commerce. And the way we want to do that is there's in the settings, when you set up analytics, you basically have the list of feeds, and you would just rearrange them and choose the ones that you want to render on the site. So so the menus. Oh, I need to help with developers here because I don't fully know how some things work. Sorry, I need help from developers because I want to make sure that I'm saying the right thing. This is Eugene, he's our lead front-end developer. So we have a menu. We click add menu, we name it, let's name it fur. We click save. And the menu is created. Add new items, item name, home, item ID, URL, target frame, class, custom attribute. So basically it's sure. Yeah, so it's in here. Let's add something else about. Oh, sorry. And we can rearrange them. There's a drag and drop. You can add in here inside. Basically, all the stuff that you need to build in the menu. And we have existing now. Let's go to existing, right? Yeah. Yeah, here's the, this is the website. So basically, you can rearrange stuff as you want, and yeah, it's just. Let's go to pages. Pages are a little more fun. So we have the static pages and modules, and these are folders, right? And these are the drop downs. These are the drop downs. Oh, sorry. So, and we have them as folders, and let's go back. Yeah, no, layout. So this is, yeah, so we have the URL, we have everything is pretty familiar. The only thing is we have SEO tab, and you can change the title in here. Okay. So we have a home page, and we put the meta description in here, show this page in the search engine. Canonical link, you can put that in here. And we have AMP, so this is where you actually enter the AMP layout. which will increase your SEO rankings, and this is a good thing to sell. Yeah, so let's see. What? Yeah, let's go further. Snippets. This is how we. These are the content headers, and there's not much to show, to be honest. So it's enable, disable, and the content goes here, and this is how we put the code. We don't have any snippets implemented in here, so we'll almost a little forward. So let's go to File Manager. So File Manager. So this is where all the file, besides the FTP, I'll give you the FTP access, we have a File Manager where you have all this stuff in here. So we have a drag and drop thing. Let me try to, this is the instance that I'm trying first time. It actually worked a lot on the Treepl website. So this is how you, so drag and drop, and I got it uploaded somewhere here. You can also click and upload in here. Oh, yeah, good thing is, sorry, I said something wrong. So you can also, the multiple drag and drop, multiple upload of files works as well, both from drag and drop and click here. And you can add, you can create a new file. Sample.txt and any kind of content. File created, we go to File Manager, then sample, it's right in here. So and you can edit that right here. You can go back. And you can also remove it if you want to. Okay. Oh, sorry. Put it right in here. Is it better? And you can create a new folder. So yeah, so basically this is how you, oh, we have another view. We also have another view, and we have multiple resolution. I'm not gonna do anything. It's forms, so forma robótica. So that we didn't implement forms in this particular instance. Okay, let me show you how the form builder works. Okay. Okay, I'll get back to forms later. Sorry about that. So for blogs, we have we can create multiple blogs, and we have this is how you create a new blog, and yeah, you go to these are the settings, and this is where you manage the layout. You can create new detail layout or new block layout and new post layout. So you have to type list and so these are the post layouts, and these are the blog layouts, and you can create both detail and list. Let's go to blogs. There's one more thing I need to show. So these are, hello world, this is where we have the SEO, and this is exactly how you have the MP here as well. So the same as you did with pages. So on settings, this is where you choose the templates, and the templates are managed in settings. And we have also, so, and here's, we also have authors here, and authors are managed through the authors area. So you can create author, and it's universal for global for all the websites. So basically, as you may have seen for the on other blogs on other systems where you may have several authors for multiple authors for one blog or several blogs, and you have that about author section. So you can pre-customize it in here. But we made it universal and global for the whole website, so you could use author also on custom modules. So if you want to create a dynamic custom content and you want to have authors for it, or maybe use it in any other for any other purpose. Let's go with banners. So banners are advertators. And for advertators, we have, it basically works the same as it did in DC. One little thing, a little help. Я представляю адресатора. Ну, когда когда там сегодня здесь интересно. Oh, so we have release date and expiry date. Okay, got it. So we have SEO in here. One thing I didn't show was the file manager that is implemented on page. So we have a file manager here, and we can go in, let's go to images, and we can click on the image, copy the clipboard, and we can paste it in here. So that's something you may find handy. Components, I have shown that. So this is basically where you so these are the components. This is what you had in your toolbox, where you choose all the modules that you have from the system, and you're able to copy code of the particular module and paste whatever you want. So all of them are here. Let me go further. Galleries and sliders. Galleries and sliders are like pretty much the same as so they work a little more like custom modules. So each folder is a gallery. Okay. Right. So each item is the actual slider that we have from the every gallery. So the FAQs are fairly simple. It's so you create a group, and then you create a settings of questions. Oh, you created 4 groups. Oh, man. Let me put it, how do the best way I can show it. So I can get a look at that. Okay, let me try that. I'm going to show you how that works.
Alex, there's lots of comments in the chat. People are having a little bit of trouble hearing you. If you can move the mic closer.
Okay, sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, let's go to custom modules. So basically, we showed everything in custom modules in the previous videos. It's going to be pretty problematic to go through everything again. It's going to take a whole bunch of time since I have to introduce the maybe the hosting plans and the migrations. Maybe I will we're going to separate like a separate video of me going through, or it's someone else going through all the features and explaining how things are compared to BC, because I feel it kind of takes a lot of time. So we have this here, and we have context and form submissions that are saved from the forms, and that's what we plan for version 1. And in settings, we have admin users, and we have content templates, how you manage them in here. So yeah, let me move further, and we will post probably a detailed review with all the demo of all this stuff. Yeah. So third-party integrations. One element of the business catalyst philosophy has always been BC is not the best email marketing platform, and BC is not the best analytic platform. BC was not the best CRM. BC was the best platform because these tools are integrated into one platform, and we like that a lot. Our goal was at Treepl CMS is to use APIs to tie into the best email marketing platform. So we want to add, we already added Google Analytics. We are adding OpenSRS. And so basically the way how we do that, we, for the OpenSRS is we set up the same cluster. We set up accounts with OpenSRS in the same cluster that Adobe hosts the email accounts, and we've been in conversation with OpenSRS and Adobe on finding a way on how we define the consensus of giving the ownership from Adobe to production. So basically, the whole migration from BC to Treepl would be seamless. Nothing's going to be touched. Nothing's going to be moved. Everything is going to remain at the same place. So we will keep the OpenSRS as an email accounts, and all the email account management will be in there. We also plan to replace MailChimp, to use MailChimp API for the marketing campaigns. So we have researched the API, basically everything that BC allows to do with email marketing. You can do that with MailChimp using APIs, and we can integrate it into Treepl CMS, the same as we did with Google Analytics. So MailChimp has up to 2,000 content for free, and the next plan is like $10 a month. So that shouldn't be a big deal. And they're much more advanced. And another thing that we're really aiming at is integrating Zapier, because they have very extensive API as well, and it's a pretty powerful thing that yeah, a lot of people will use. Templates. Let's talk about some templates. Let's talk a bit about templates. So right now we have on Treepl CMS, we have 6 templates that are available right now. So basically, from your partner portal, you can create a site. You can replicate it, do whatever you want with it, and use one of these 6 templates. We have 4 more coming, and these are responsive, modern templates. Material is a mobile first template. We developed that using mobile first methods. And we also have, you can also still get the PSD pack. And if you're a designer and you require help from developers, you can get the template, to design them to have how you want, send the right PSDs to production, and the production team will help you make those changes that you did in the design and implement them in Treepl CMS on top of modify that template that already comes in your partner portal. We also still have a plan to, with the project that we started, the Treepl template platform that we started for BC, we want to carry that further with Treepl CMS, and we have much more possibility, much more opportunities to for customization tools. So for all the people that like stuff like Duda or Webflow, where they like to create and customize websites on the go, we definitely want to add something very powerful to Treepl CMS, and we want to carry out that project and have that done very, very soon. So this is what we have for templates. Let's go further. Hosting plans. Let's go to hosting plans. So we spent a lot of time discussing that with early adopters and some partners. So we packed every plan with an extension feature set, and we adding a lot of flexibility for upgrades and overages. So we have 4 plans right now. They are starting $15 a month, and I have highlighted. We have highlighted with bold is are the features that you're getting with Treepl CMS from day one, but you're not didn't have that in BC. So for this plan, we have Go Analytics Feed, Enhanced SEO with AMP, full responsive admin panel. Yeah, I should have shown that. It's actually fully responsive. Let's show how it is. You can check that out. Okay. Even the feeds are responsive. Cool. Yeah, and we have Liquid in every plan. There are 3 admin users for Essential plan, 5 admin users for Business plan, and 10 admin users for Pro plan. For Pro Plus plan, we have unlimited admin users. Admin user custom restrictions will be coming starting Business plan. Admin menu configured and admin advanced admin search will be in every plan. So WYSIWYG editor is here. Page templates, static pages, page and snippets, content holders, and blog. We're adding blog with categories and tags and authors into Essential plan as well. With the news, site search, menu builder, file manager, FTP. Nice will be also available for every plan. Dynamic menus. Yeah, we have pretty extensive stuff in here. And the CRM, for CRM with context and cases, you'll be able to have that in every plan. So we really wanted to give a lot into even the smallest plan, because we understand that, especially for our template project, the template platform project we've seen a lot of businesses that started small and they grew very rapidly, and we were adding on features. So we wanted to give, for starters, we want to give as much as possible to give them a good start. Email marketing and MailChimp integration will be in each plan, and we're not going to charge extra for that. The female accounts for email hosting, for Essential plan, 5 email accounts for Business plan, and 10 email accounts for Pro, and 15 for Pro Plus. I would probably ask Dima to put a link to that page. Can you put the link here? Okay, so because yeah, it'll be easier for you. Also, I'd like to that we had multiple requests and people asking, hey, what we lacked in BC was that we need a cheaper plan than $40 that would have web apps. So this is what we achieved with Business. Right? So basically, you will have the basic custom modules for things like our team and just basic custom modules. You will have that in the Business plan. So basically, all those advanced settings with the parent-child nesting and stuff like that, they will be in the Pro plan, starting in Pro plan. For Pro Plus, we also researched in this feature that we want to add in version 3 is staging and production environment. So this is something new that we want to add to Pro Plus plan. Can you hear me? Are we good? Are we good? Because Dima tells me that something's wrong with the internet.
I can hear you myself, and I can still see your screen. So.
Okay, good. Sorry about that. Sorry. So, and we're going to have multilingual functionality, full stack multilingual functionality for Pro Plus plans as well. So what else do we have plans? And we have, yeah. So for add-ons, this is how we want to do. We want to add a lot of flexibility, and we decided we're going to do add-ons. And for automatic backup, we have several ways on how we can do that. We can do the backup of a database, and you could restore from if you're editing the page or a blog or something, you can restore from a certain version. And we can also do the backup of the files through FTP. You can store it within Treepl, or you can store it in Dropbox or Google Drive. So we're trying to define what feature set should be there, but you'll be able to, there'll be multiple settings, but you'll be able to use the automatic backup on every plan. For the API integrations, we will have it available for every plan. There will be a feature for every plan with the little changes in prices. Payable events, items, forms. So this is like a mini e-commerce. We want to add that, again, starting from the very basic plan. So for example, if you have a static page with just one product, but even if it's like, you can make a custom module item, make a web app item, and make it, put a form in it and make it payable. So you can add that to the very basic plan. And it's $5 only for every plan. And for the e-commerce, so we want to add e-commerce to every plan as well. And we want to do that as an add-on. We decided this is we consulted with early adopters on this, and they like this idea. They don't like that they need to upgrade to e-commerce for a whole bunch of stuff that they don't need and overpay for that. So basically, we're going to have that done as an add-on. Regarding hosting limits and overages, by default, every hosting plan comes with 1 gigabyte of storage and 50 gigabytes of bandwidth per month. If the site exceeds the given limit, you will be offered to upgrade to the next level. Extra storage and bandwidth are charged additionally as follows in here. So data centers. Currently, all Treepl websites are hosted in US data centers. Starting to be first will be Australian and European data centers, both for new and migrated websites. And for migration between data centers, we will perform that. Production will perform that with no extra charge. And Amazon rates vary on each data center. So therefore, we would price the overages, only overages, not the hosting plans. So the hosting plans are in US dollars, are equal for for Australians and Europeans and everybody else. But for the overages, we will we will change the rates accordingly, because for Australian data center costs 18% more than US data center, and European data center costs 12% more than US data center. So we want to even it, make it like fair, a little fair for both of us, for both us and Treepl partners. Yeah, so this is good for hosting. I'm sure there are a whole bunch of questions. The only thing that I didn't add here is the email hosting. Let me explain a little more on that. So I just got an email yesterday, and more emails came through like 2 hours before this presentation. We are waiting to finalize this thing with Adobe and how we want to make the transition, because Adobe needs to find, the legal department needs to give us recommendations on how we want to perform the migration. Most likely it's going to look like you or the end client will email Adobe that you're okay with migrating, with changing the ownership of the account to Treepl CMS. And so this is just a formality. I'm very excited for Adobe helping us a lot with this, and OpenSRS being very flexible. The good news is that we will be able to upgrade your email accounts from 5 gigabytes to up to 100 gigabytes. So there's a feature, there's a possibility, and we can totally do that. And yeah, so that's something you can upgrade to later on. We will add more info on that in here, as well as purchasing email accounts. You don't have to purchase admin users in order to get email accounts, and we will make it a little more flexible. So you will be able to buy up to 5 email accounts. Let's move further. Migration. So for migration, as I mentioned earlier, we want to make it smooth, and we want to make the migration we want migration to become a very good business opportunity for you. So so these are the prices for migration for the version 1. So it's $200, $400, and $600. It's extremely cheap if you do the math, and considering that our hosting plans are cheaper. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you that SSL is not included, but so your little secret, Adobe BC is using free SSL. Let's encrypt. So part of the partner program, when you purchase it, when you become a Treepl partner, we will help you to, we don't do the DNS management, you do that. So we will help you to set up the DNS management. So all the subdomains for trial sites will be created under your domain. So no mention of Treepl domain. That's the one thing. And second thing, we're gonna explain you and give you tutorials, and we'll actually do one-on-one setup in the beginning on how to set up SSL for each of your websites. So we will tell you how to apply that same Let's Encrypt SSL for free on all of your websites. So basically you save, besides our plans being cheaper than PCs, you are not going to pay for hosting as well. You're going to save on hosting. So if you do a little math, even if your client doesn't want to pay for migration, you can easily return that the migration fee within the hosting within less than a year. So every site review, we will review every website before sending you a payment link. Code production, we build a tool, migration tool that covers at least 50% of the migration process. Nevertheless, every migrated website undergoes manual testing. Our QA team will test it in every browser and every platform before handing the results, ensuring successful testing. We don't know exactly what will be the workload, so we save 1 to 10 business days to perform the migration. And you can send a site for review for free. Yeah, there's a button here. I'm not sure if that works already, because they're working right now to make that button and some other buttons work on the website. The following areas are migrated without partners' involvement. So that includes menu snippets, blog posts, custom modules, email accounts, physically remain where they are right now with BC. Static pages, files, banners, forms, liquid code remains with few modifications. So basically all the stuff that you use module data and BC tags will be replaced with just straight liquid. So CRM data, galleries, web app items will turn into custom module items, and web apps will turn into custom module. Content templates will become content templates. The following items are not migrated. So basically, you will need to set up an admin user on your own. We're not going to do that. But there's a functionality for that already. SSL certificates, I'll mention about that. You will get help from code production, DNS settings as well. And unsubscribing and removing the site from Business Catalog's platform, that's on you as well. So how it works, very easy. Submit a site, review and set up, and go live. Everything described in here. We have some bulk options. We get some special pricing. If you have 3 sites, 5 sites, 10 sites, you can save even more right there. If you got more than if you got more than 10 websites to migrate, we have some exclusive offer, great stuff that you definitely want to consider. So these are the migrations, and let's go to partner program. I know I feel there's a whole bunch of questions. I'll finish soon, I promise, and we'll get to your questions. So in partner program, we will be getting a partner portal. We do the full white labeling. So your logo on the loader. So how I showed it here in the admin. So your logo in here, then your logo in when you log in on the loader. So right here, and the favicon, and the background of the admin, and of course the domain. Everything will be created, all the trial sites will be created under your subdomain. And free templates. So basically the templates, that 6 templates that I showed you, You can create new site from Partner Portal with a click of a button, replicate an existing site, create new site from scratch, use pre-developed templates, and you'll, actually I have all this stuff in here. You get direct support from code production from day one, create ultra assets and do your domain. Okay. So we have extensive Partner Portal. I have, actually have to show it. It's my Treepl. I'll show it later. You can hire code production developers for a project if you like expertise, because we have code production website up and running with our project management system integrated. So if you need help, you can always apply if you're a Treepl partner. Unlimited free trial sites, access to growing community of designers, coders, and demo agencies. Yeah, this is Treepl CMS public roadmap. And do I show it now? No, I don't show it. Let's verify. Third-party integrations, community. Yeah, I will show on the pub. Yeah, I will show that a little later. So it works pretty easy. You just it's $199. It's $19.99. It's fairly easy. Right now, we since we have a little special that I will share later, you can only fill out the form, and we'll get back to you on the next step. Oh. They said it's working. Let me start. I'm not gonna try. They say it's working. I believe them, so it's already working. Yeah. So let's talk about some dates. So migration, we're gonna start migration. Start delivering migration starting August 1st. Before August 1st, we're committed to migrate early adopters websites. And it's going to be first come, first served. By the way, congratulations to early adopters. You guys didn't know that you get 50% off on all of your migrations, existing and the further one, along with some benefits that we're not going to share here. So partner program is available now. Partner portal setup process will start July 24th. And it will be first come, first served as well. We have a little special. You can become a Treepl partner before August 1st, and you can use 100% of the $19.99 fee towards the migration. So basically, you pay this fee, and you can use it for 5 medium websites, or depending on how many websites you have and what complexity. Community. So this is something very important that I wanted to show you. Besides the master plan, when we started working together with early adopters, we understood that we need to be flexible, and things are changing, and we cannot deliver like once in 2 months. It wasn't a good idea for us, and the developers didn't like that either. So we looked at how others do that, other products do that. So we had this idea of doing a public roadmap. Okay, let me show you how it works. Okay. So it's a design. It will be on the website. We're actually going to implement that with custom modules, because we can totally do that. So, but this is how we want to do this. So there will be features. We want to roll out features and updates every 2 weeks. So we're going to have sprints, and we're going to upgrade the system every 2 weeks. Thankfully, our team has already built an engine that sends updates automatically. So all the instances that Treepl has, we don't have to update them manually. So we have an engine that actually pushes the updates automatically. So every 2 weeks, you're going to get updates for Treepl. You don't have to wait for months. And in here, we're going to have a section in public roadmap. We're going to have a section where you see the delivery and what's in process. So let's say we have 3 features of autoresponders with Liquid. So this is a thing that you will have in web forms before August 1st. So we want to add we'll have autoresponders. You can use Liquid and autoresponders for web forms, and secure zones, and yoga template. So let's say we aim for that for August 1st. And you're going to see that. You will see the video here, the description, and comments as well. and you'll see what's coming next, what we already for the next sprint. And we will also have this brainstorming section where we will discuss features for every part of the system. So it's general UI UX. You know, what do you want to change? Admin panel, like for example, copying of pages. It's a fairly easy thing, and we want to add that, make that happen very soon. So this is one of the features that goes in here, and we will discuss every feature in the use and discuss plugin. And so this is how we want to do for community. We will ask you to participate starting day one. So it's not going to be something that you just become a Treepl partner, that's it. We really need your involvement, and as our experience has shown, this is very valuable, and we can do really cool stuff together. Okay. So our plan is to create the first sprint, the first plan, by August 1st for the next sprint. So we want, with the first wave of partners, of Treepl partners, we want to create a first plan for the first sprint by August 1st and publish it on August 1st. So this page will be available on August 1st. So right now, if you go to this site, this. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right here. So you see coming soon here for now, but it will be here on August 1st. And we also, there's the documentation page. We already implemented the documentation page. So it's all implemented with custom modules, of course, and we will start adding stuff to it. And so developers can go in and not only developers, but there will be whole kind of stuff for every Treepl partner where you can find stuff that you need. Documentation. So the way we're gonna do that on how we want to unite people, we have this group for beta testers. We're gonna call it People, and make it that place where people hang out for now, and rename it and add partners in there. And we also have this idea that we want to discuss with the partners, especially with the newcomers. We created this page and didn't post that into the website yet. So we understand that since 80% of you sold the Adobe name, and there's like a little trust thing going on between you and the partners. So we wanted maybe creating a page where we would put every partner's logo. And we would say that, hey, we are Treepl CMS are proudly backed by partners. So you could go to your customer and say, hey, so this thing with Adobe has happened, and I'm backing this new system with developers from the BC community that have been there for almost 10 years. And together with other partners, we're building this system. And I'm investing my own money, to get your website to this new system. So we're not sure completely if majority of partners would want that. So that's just an idea, but we'll put into discussion. Oh man, we made it. Q&A. Okay, Dina, send me the link for the questions. Dima, daš mi link? Okay. So it's a lot of info. You should probably get it. Ready to go? Thank you. Person asking Steve. Steve is still on data center. I have replied to that. Our goal is to have that October 1st. We'll try our best to make it earlier. Technically, we're actually capable. There's not much stuff we need to do on our end. So we'll try to make it sooner. But anyway, the migration would be free from US, so we can start waiting any time. Is Treepl built on Platform OS, or is it completely separate? No, it's not built on on Platform OS. It's we use Umbraco as Umbraco CMS as a basis of it, and we actually contacted the headquarters, Umbraco headquarters, explaining them the full situation that we've been with BC and all that stuff. If we could use the Umbraco CMS as a basis for Treepl CMS, and they kindly agreed for us to do whatever we want with it. So it's built on .NET, the same platform that BC is used, but with much more up-to-date and advanced Microsoft technology. So it should be faster, more up-to-date. And the thing is, the greatest thing about Treepl CMS is that we're 100% free, and the sky's the limit for us. We're not limited in anything. So we can develop anything we want. For example, there's one thing that we're considering is that if the customer has a lot of websites, we can create everything under one instance for him. So we have like one instance on AWS just for that partner, and we can support that and administrate that separately for him. So there are a whole bunch of opportunities for us as developers. There's no any kind of layering or anything that makes the system slow or anything like that. Yeah, so I hope I have answered that one. Will we be able to choose the data center when we want our client side to be on? Of course, it's going to be right in the partner portal. And I'll probably going to do like a separate video on how the partner portal works. Just thinking in terms of privacy legislation being in Canada, EU may be popular. So yeah, when you create a new website, you'll be able to select the data center that you want the website to be transferred, to be created on. Ability to customize GA feed by site. Exactly, that's a good question. Thanks, Clara. Yeah, that's what we want, and this is since this is something that you do in. Since this is something that you do per site, these are not the settings for in partner portal. So things like logo, for example, these will be the changes in the partner portal. So Google Feeds, yeah, you can customize them however you want. And we got some really great idea from one of the hot lead partner. They like weekly reports a lot, and it seems like I have a feeling that a lot of BC end users are not going to the admin at all. Like they like understand the feeling that it's there, and they may appreciate it being responsive and stuff like that, but they never visit. So since we can do the notifications, we can put the liquid in there, we can put any kind of stuff in there. We will create. There's a technical possibility. It's not that hard, but at some point we want to create a customization of weekly report where you can set the time, and you can also pre-build the template with whatever Google Feed stuff you want. Maybe you want something from CRM, how much what data you want from the CRM to be sent to weekly reports as well. Hope I asked that one. Do we have to pay extra for the English version? What do you mean? Didn't get that one. What do you mean English version? We have to pay extra. That was a joke, right? Yeah, good joke, Adam. Oh, that was Adam Cook, right? It was Adam Cook. Good. Is there a developer console like BC? Is there a developer console like BC? You mean we have for content templates, you have. So we have it down here. For now, we don't have it. This is how we've done. This is how we have it now. Let me check a little with what we have in file management. So you can do that in the file manager. So if you have a JS, let's open it up and edit. So we have this one, right? I'm not a developer. Sorry, I'm I hope I'm answering this question here right now. Again, I want to highlight it. We are absolutely to put anything you want in here. Right? And that's why we need your feedback. That's why we need your partners' involvement. Will you have how-to videos, knowledge-based tutorials? Of course we will. And one of the things that I want to do, like very soon, there's one company, and they are very good salespeople. Like we worked with them, we do business with them, and they've been selling DC very well, and they see huge opportunity. And they already told me the ideas on how they're going to sell the migration and make a fortune off of it. And I really want to, I talked to them today and I asked them, hey guys, can you make a tutorial, maybe some 10-pound meeting, how are you going to sell and give a strategy on how to sell migration and make money on it. So I definitely want to make it super open for the community to, share stuff, share tutorials, but we're also going to post documentation and all kind of material for you to bring over. So I hope I have answered that one, and you have seen the documentation page as well. Will you have how to do it? Did you land on if pages will be able to be FTP? Yes, James. We actually will have that done. It's like 3 days of development. That's what I heard from the team. So we have to figure it out before August 1st if we want to put it in the next version that will be launched in the middle of August. So if you guys decide to do that, no problem. Feature request ability to duplicate transfer web apps within between sites to include layout. That's a good one because I had that idea too. And include settings, properties, and items, saving functions, web app transfer. Okay, yeah, I had that idea as well. And I was also thinking maybe you can have custom modules because you can build a lot of complex stuff with custom modules. Maybe you could share it, store it in your partner portal, and so basically duplicate it from website to website. And maybe we can make it, technically it's possible, maybe there's a need to make it to share with other partners. So this is the custom module I built. So so other partners could go in, so there are public custom modules templates, so to speak. Ability. FTP, there's a site, it's map XML file get generated automatically. Do we have sitemap XML generated automatically? Game? 2 days. 2 days to implement. That guy never failed, so I trust him. So this one, I answered. Where's nice on the roadmap? Oh, good question. Yeah, I just forgot to add that. It's in the hosting. I'm so sorry. It's in the hosting. I just didn't add that because we were adding that page. Yeah, after it. Sorry. So basically, it's in the hosting plans. It's in the version 3. We have it for version 3, but if we have majority of partners saying that no, we need nice now, we're gonna do it now. So for now, we're aiming that to be in the version 3. Underlying responsive framework, foundation, bootstrap. We don't use we have materialized CSS framework used for how many templates? 1 for now, 1 out of 6, and there are several more coming, right? Yeah, several more out of those 4 that are coming. We have custom clean code for the rest, no framework used. We can add those. It's not a big deal if you really insist on the bootstrap and foundation, and just add them as a free template that you can create create from the partner portal. Can a site be developed using foundation? The site can be developed using anything. So there's maximum flexibility. Our templates bootstrap. No, they're not prepared for third-party integrations. Yes, we're going to build an API. It's going to be available as an upgrade, as an add-on. Then it's in version 4. Yes, it will be coming in version 4. For now, this is how we see it. Is the USD? Yes, all the prices are, all hosting plans, add-ons, and overages are charged in US dollar. Okay, I hope I didn't say anything. Storage limit on email accounts. Thank you very much. I will post it a little later because I just got information today on all the overages, and I will post it a little later on how much you will pay for the overages. Because just to let you know, you're gonna pay a lot more than the baby pays for email accounts, like a lot more. Which we're gonna try to make it democratic. Storage limit email accounts. Can we purchase additional email accounts? What price? I will post that as well. And most likely, I think it was $5 for 5 email accounts. I think that was the price that we were discussing, and that's the price that we are aiming. But I will add that later this week. Is full liquid markup available, including unique BC liquid? All the unique BC liquid stuff is now straight liquid, and we have, as I understand, let me clarify that. So we have a fully extended, we have a full liquid library that we use. So no BC stuff, no extra modified liquid. So it's just the one, you can use the documentation from Shopify to develop with liquid on Treepl CMS. Hosting includes SSL. I have explained that. This and we discussed it with early adopters. For the first it was, hosting was included, but then one of the early adopters was an SEO expert who convinced that this is a bad idea, and because he wants, there are some certain things that would value every partner by hosting and doing all the SSL management on your own. But we're going to help you with setting up everything. It's not, you don't have to do that like every time. It's fairly easy. Can we add e-commerce now? Unfortunately not. We don't have it like right now for version 1. So we will, with Stripe and PayPal is fairly easy to implement. So, and products, the way we build, so products is not that hard for us to implement because we basically have the basis for it as custom modules. So we're probably going to make like a table of all the features that are wanted, that are needed, and put the days, number of days for every feature, and then we're going to decide, how we're going to progress them. And by the way, I want to grow the team by the end of the year. So right now we have 14 people working on Treepl CMS, and I want to add at least 10 more. And we have a couple beasts that I have interviewed already that I want to add to work on the backend stuff to deliver things faster. Canadian data center. Well, I don't know if Amazon has Canadian data center, but if it does, and we have like 50 websites, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't add it to our account on Amazon, because the way we manage Australian data center is the same way we manage the US data center, and it shouldn't be a problem for Canadian data center. Our admin is sitting over there. I hope I'm saying things right, and he doesn't react, so it means I'm right. Can you list Canada on overages? Okay, good question, Trisha. I will add the overages on Canada as well. How to set up a partner account? You have to become a partner first, register as a partner, get a fee, and you will get your sister partner portal where you can create neutral sites, clean sites, and sites from templates out of those 6 starting next week. Is there a trial period as we build out the site? Yes, there are 30 days as we did have with PC. Can SSL be set up if the client is using an email service outside of the email you offer? I'm asking because on a BC I could not install SSL. The client was using Google Mail. I guess so, since, I mean, I need to clarify on that one. Hey, Dina, do you know? Sure. Let me get back to it. Like, I'm 90% sure you can do that, but let me, huh? Yeah, since you are fully in charge of it, so basically you have access to all the settings, you should be able to do that. And Kirill, and I hope you remember Kirill will help you because he's an expert in that. Do clients pay direct for hosting, like the NBC and partners get a commission, or do partners pay in market the price? Very good question. So we're not going to have commissions, and it's actually very hard to integrate, and we'd rather spend that time in developing features. And since from your survey, from the survey, we see that 50% of partners are marketing up price for hosting on BC. I would think that the rest 50% would want and would consider doing that. So we were thinking about hiding prices eventually from the Treepl CMS website, and like instead of it, just get the get pricing or become reseller or some kind of a button. And if you register, or so so it wouldn't be public. So we're definitely considering that. We are targeted for resellers. We're targeted for businesses. We're not targeted for end clients. So we can totally discuss that. We have several ideas coming from several sources. So yeah, so I think this is something that you guys should totally do. And a lot of people do that, and I think you don't have to miss out on this. Plus, we have some more things to mark up on, because you do the SSL management, you do the MailChimp integration, you do this whole bunch of new stuff. You do the Google Analytics setup for them. Then the weekly reports will come in. So basically, there will be more items to charge for. So you can offer that extensive all-in-one experience and charge like your branded fee for it. Do you get a partner site by any chance? No, partner sites, we're not gonna have it hosted for free, unfortunately. But you should get the cheaper plans. Do pretty much any BC partner, any Treepl partner site would need. Is that lifetime membership? Of course it is. Of course, we're coming from BC, and we paid $19.99, as I remember, before Adobe Max 8 years ago. So we're gonna keep it lifetime with all the white labeling stuff, all the white labeling goodness, and yeah. How is 24 support access? Chat, email? So for now, we're gonna have the admin support will be 24/7. So they're gonna monitor. They're gonna work 24/7 starting August, and they will monitor from DDoS attacks and all that stuff. And AWS has all that software that that works somehow. And but the support, like the partner support, we're gonna have just the regular support we have on code production for now. It's gonna be emails, and it's gonna be 5 days a week. But we're definitely looking into adding 24/7 support for partners in chat, and maybe the phone too. And I really gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We basically need enough number of websites in order to justify the cost of the 24/7 support. Is there a way to add site to Treepl without being a partner for one off site, or does it have to be through partner? It does have to be through partner. I mean, we are web agency oriented company. We don't work with end clients. We may have a library of partners based on the location that you can go to. So yeah, this is a business model. I may have missed. This is I keep dropping out, but is there a discount for hosting for partners, or is it commission based like BC? I think I have answered that one. The only deal we have is that if you become a partner right now, that the whole $2,000 fee will go towards your migration fees that are extremely affordable. What are the next steps to get started? Just become a partner. and I will, it's from Clara, and we're going to send you the partner portal and all this stuff. Is the only way to create a website is by using one of your templates or having the site migrated? Can we just create our own? Of course you can. And can we use a foundation? Of course you can. You can create a clean slate, just sort of like clean website, and yeah. I think I have answered that one. Will we be able to access all sites admin and FTP with the same admin user password, or will there be multiple username and password per site to access admin FTP? I have to. Hey, Dino, can you ask that question from Rod, the one from Hazel 39 on the FTP? Can you ask that one? Okay. While they're getting that, is there a free partner site similar to BC? I know my boss will ask this one. No, sorry. I would like to know more about custom modules and field types. Well, we have data stores as a field type. How close is the workload engine to the BC version, including CRM and secure zones? So, as I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, Vlad, BC is using modified version of Liquid, да? BC использует модифицированную версию Liquid, а мы используем прямую, да? So BC is using a modified version of Liquid, and we are using just a straight clean version of Liquid. And yeah, regarding I did some demo on the custom modules and field types and the parent and child nesting and all that stuff, all the new things the filtering. We don't have 500 items limitations in custom modules and things like that. I did a video on it in the BC group. We will probably have ask someone or do it ourselves to make a full review of the Treepl CMS on a different website, maybe on one of the migrated websites for the early adopters. And it's going to be like 45-minute video or something like that, comparing the BC site, the BC and Treepl CMS, and showing off all the features of the version 1. And I would rather for some partner that knows all the functionality and the developer to explain all that stuff, because I'm not a developer. I'm more a designer in a business on a business side of things. So I messed up something. I'll try and do the demo. What about the $19.99 I paid to BC? Do we get a refund to apply to you? Didn't get that question. Well, we don't relate to BC at all. We don't get anything from Adobe, so that doesn't relate to. We paid $2,000 as well, and they're not gonna return that. So, yeah. Can we do htaccess files? Can we do htaccess file? What? Oh, Oh, htaccess file. This is for PHP. We don't use PHP. It's the Treepl CMS is built on .NET. Do we have answer for Hazel about the FTP? Yes. Okay, it's still in process. Does the CRM work, and does it allow secure zones with unique logins and secure zones? The secure zone is the next thing in our list. So this is something we want to add for the version 2. But again, it doesn't mean we're going to offer it. We're going to roll it out on October 1st, since we're going to have features delivered every 2 weeks. So somewhere in between there, secure zones will eventually get in there. As far as I remember, secure zones is at least 1 week development. So we can have. So this is one. It's up to 1 sprint long. Will it be easy to create multiple cultures under one domain to make it easy to develop multiple sites without multiple domains? The way we want to do that, there are actually several ways in how we're going to do that, because for one of our early adopters, we actually did struggle creating multilingual websites. So we considered several options. We didn't go too long, but this is the setting. Somewhere in here, we're probably going to have like a switcher. where you would have the English or French or Spanish version. So yeah, I hope I'm answering your question. We want to make it easier to understand. So yeah, so you're going to do under one domain. I hope I'm answering that, Joe. I didn't see any content holder. We're grading BC. Are you going to include this? Of course, it's already there. It's snippets. Snippets are here. They are not implemented in this template because so I would just, again, I'm going to post the video this week. We're going to ask someone to post it. So snippets are basically the same as content holders. And oh, good thing is we're going to have snippet alias is not going to be ID. The alias is going to be basically, you're not going to have the, this is the alias. So it's not the ID, it's going to be the alias in here. So this is something that we didn't have in BC. So yeah. Snippets. Okay, good. We have an answer for Hazel, right? So for now, we give one FTP access for now to, so basically you're gonna have with a partner email. Do you have done this? So we will add a fix. It should be fairly easy to create the access for each admin of the website, as well as the partner. So yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, we have set up actually the most set up site right now is Treepl website. So we just need like this website that I'm showing right now. We just don't have the stuff implemented in that yet. So this is the admin is working, everything is working. We just need to implement some stuff in it. And yeah, we had just had a little confusion on our end. We got a little busy on the Treepl website and doing all that stuff. So I will do we're going to do this separate video showcasing the fully implemented website. What about site domains? So everything, all the domains, you will be hosting yourself under your or whatever provider you're going to choose. So we're going to help you out with the setup of everything, with setting all the records and all that stuff. So the DNS management within the partner program. So there will be a one-on-one session with Treepl CMS. We have an expert for that. Kirill is an expert for SSL and partner and the DNS. So you will have a call with him, and he will guide you through on how to set up the DNS, domain settings, and the SSL. Will there be partner logins that don't count to the admin user count, like BC? I think so. I'm pretty sure we will. I will clarify on that one. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't do that. Since I don't see any reason why we wouldn't. It's a CMS feature. It doesn't require anything extra on that one. If partners pay the hosting, they should have a toggle button to switch with the admin of the same base. They client don't switch of the admin. If partners pay the hosting, they should have a toggle button to switch off the admin. That's a good idea. Thanks. We'll consider that. Ability to create new sites by replicating existing, like BC. Answer that one, of course. You guys should take a look at versus code for the developer consider using the open source code. Okay, we'll consider that. Ability to import sites. Well, no. Well, that feature didn't work in BC, and that's not that easy. So, we built the migration tool that we built from BC. It does a lot of complex stuff. For example, we had to build a transcriptor. I hope the word is right. That turns liquid modified BC liquid modified code into regular liquid code, so we don't have to do it on ourselves by hand. So this is not an easy process, and that's going to be you can only migrate. I know the data transfer rates are low compared to BC, only 15 per month in Treepl versus in BC. Initial familiar higher plans not as overage. Well, here's the thing. Adobe pays much less for BC than we do for the hosting because they're huge, and the whole Creative Cloud is the whole Creative Cloud is stored on Amazon. So we try to make it, we try to make it win-win, try to justify the cost, and we work a lot with the early adopters on that part. From statistics, people usually use much less than majority of websites use much less space than 1 gigabyte for storage, and especially less than 50 gigabytes of bandwidth. We actually took those numbers from WP Engine because those are their standard rates as well, standard overages as well. The website that has more storage and the website that has more than 50 gigabyte bandwidth usually is a very successful website. So there's absolutely opportunity, at least an opportunity for you to monetize on it. So you can come to the client and say, hey, your website's been very successful. Let's, we can go into overages. And we didn't tie overages into plans. So you don't have to, upgrade to e-commerce plan or to bigger plan in order to get to the overage. So you may have a huge website, especially in the beginning, that only uses 1 gigabyte and 50 gigabytes of bandwidth. And if it grows into something bigger, 1 gigabyte of storage and 50 gigabyte of bandwidth should be enough, more than enough for 30,000 visits a month, at least. That's the numbers that I get from the team. So there are not many websites out there that actually use overages. Ability to use ASPX code, no. We're not going to add that. We are self-hosted system. And for us to keep things all in one and working consistently and pushing updates every 2 weeks and giving you ability to update upon request and do the automatic backups and add all the add-ons and all that stuff. For us to fix bugs, we have to keep it closed and all in one. Git, I don't think we're going to use Git. Right. No Git. Okay. Okay, I'll try to say, sorry, mouse. Let me go to my settings again. Вот это? Now I'll try to speak louder. Will we be able to extend the trial period? Some of my clients take 2 or more months. Good question. First time we got that question, we will totally discuss that with the team and see what we can offer. Shouldn't be a big deal for us because those websites usually don't use a lot of, maybe there will be a limit, like how many websites you can extend, but we'll totally discuss that. Thanks for that, John. What would be great if we have a partner portal which we log into that sits in the back end of our own site. So we visit our own site and log in through the front end and the admin and partner portal. I think this is exactly how it's going to work. So basically the same as you did with BC. James May, does partner admin user take up to 3-5 seats that comes with the hosting plan? Oh, yeah, I think we're going to eliminate that. Let me confirm on that. Yeah, that doesn't count. The partner doesn't count as admin user. Yes to multiple partner. Yeah, you don't take the standard admin user slot. That's, you know what, if that's a problem, we can totally discuss how we can extend the usage of admins. I'm not set up as a partner. I have a new site ready to go up and I'm ready to migrate when I get started. You can get a partner. become a partner and use that rate, or use that if the website's big. Well, you should email us. Maybe we should, we can figure out the migration fee. We'll turn them into migration, the partnership into migration if the website is large. And maybe you can use code production to develop the site. Or we will find some partner, so we already have some decent developers among beta testers that we can point you to. When will 3.1 redirects be available? It's in the hosting area. These are URL redirects that are in here. We have version 2. It's fairly easy. It's not a huge. We actually wanted to do the canonical link and the AMP first, and then add this one. Is the part dedicated AL? This is still in consideration. It is in consideration. There is a little more work for us, and there is some features that we can offer. So we don't want to create that program yet. So just wanted to let you know that it's available. There's a possibility. We'll definitely consider that. This is something that for larger websites, we can also consider making their own instances if that's something really huge and they want a dedicated machine. So let's discuss this. So we definitely, I like that idea. This is something new that no other CMS is offering. So I really like to progress in that direction and see what we can offer in there. So we'll do like some enterprise edition, for bigger stuff. Does this content editor suffer the same issue as most of them do, where hidden spans, divs and styles are pasted in from the clipboard instead of pasting in text only? Thanks for the question, Steve. And I will ask that the team, because our front-end developer has researched all the WYSIWYG editors available out there, and he has chosen Koala. I think we bought that license and integrated that. I will ask them. They're gonna review that, and we'll get back to you on that one, Steve. Can code and snippets, pages, templates, etc. be modified locally? Now own text editor code VFTP is currently available in DC. That's a good question for a developer, and we're gonna look through that very, very deeply. Many requests for nice. Good. Okay. Good. That's good to know. We, I'll be honest. This was not a feature for a priority for early adopters. They wanted because most of them use heavy stuff for web apps, so they said, we don't want nice. So definitely we'll consider adding that sooner than we anticipated. And I like that feature. I'm a designer. I like that feature a lot, so I'd love to see that soon as well. Many requests for hidden prices. Good, thanks. That's very good feedback. We'll totally consider that, and update the website and have a button there. Yeah, couple requests for speeding up secure zones. That's a good idea as well. I'm totally up for it. Request for trial period extension. Good. That's a wonderful feedback. Thank you guys. That's something we'll throw into our internal backlog, and we will put into public roadmap. Waiting for replies for Steve and Peter. Okay, we have more. Limited time for development on sites would be great for safe 5 website if you're worried about abuse. Yes, I like that idea. Let me clarify that. Yeah, guys, we can totally do that. Like, one thing I can totally guarantee is that, let's say it's going to be, 10 websites that you can, have them stored for a year or so. We don't have any technical problem doing that. The only thing is, if we get a lot of those, we would just come to you and say, hey, we have this problem with all of your stuff that you played with, and we need to do, we're going to ask you to delete it, or we're going to give some extra limits. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Jeff. Still waiting for any other question? Okay, I'll go to back to chat. And how do I see my chat? Oh, this is a chat. Yeah. Thanks, Adam. Which one? Give me what you know. Oh, Peter, you're here. It's, I see Europeans here. This is crazy. You're like, what time is it there? Какое время? 40 оттуда смотреть, да? Great. Possible to duplicate an existing site as the base for a new one. 100%. We've seen people doing that a lot, so we don't want to restrict that. Actually, let me show you the partner portal before. We have a very simple version we gave to early adopters, so we're going to update it into a new version. And it's nice. Treepl. Okay. So you get the logo here. So you have live sites over here, and this is your plan. This is you're gonna have a preview, and yeah, this is where you plans, name, subdomain. You choose the template, and if you choose the template, get a list, data center, country, time zone. This is your copy button right here. It's already there. And trial sites are here. You'll be able to activate it. So basically, before you activate it, it's on a subdomain. After you activate it, it becomes live on the client's domain. So, and this is where you put your branding. This is the logo. There'll be a favicon, the background image for all the logins. The background image that your clients will see. The logo that your clients will see for the dark and light, and also the loader. We're going to add loader and the favicon. Very important. Favicon for all the admin sites. Oh no, favicon will be based on the site. So it's going to be in the settings of the website. A link to roadmap, my details, is where you get information about you, from you, and the link to public roadmap where you're going to participate and stuff. We're going to add probably documentation. We're going to duplicate it from the website. So I hope this sheds some light. Is our website live? Our website is live. So we have documentation here. So we're going to look through documentation as well. We're going to get back. Why not scale the partnership solutions by depending on okay. The value of the partnership program, especially with the offers including free migration until 1st August, that being said, still a leap of faith for me after the BC. Would you consider extending your special offer maybe by month? Well, here's the thing. We need to start very quickly. Like, we don't have, like, with Treepl CMS very first, when we just started, to be honest, I actually went to early adopters, to co-production clients before we even announced the early adopter program, the one for $10,000. And those guys paid $10,000, not $2,000. And I sold it to them prior to launching of that because we needed to start before I even offered that and to the community. And it was like 1-2 days. It was very quick because we needed to start. The same thing here. We need we want people to jump in first and start and get being involved and help us to build the first build the public roadmap. So the features we're going to build next. So we give a lot of value for those $2,000. So I think it's fairly reasonable considering the timing. Plus, I want to add, I want to extend our staff. Like, now I have ready people that are ready to join, and I want to start ASAP. And yeah, So this is my plan. This is because I want things get delivered and try things moving even faster. Is there consideration of partners having a set of site templates of their own? Like you create your own template that you just store within your partner portal? That's totally possible because there's a replicate feature. And yeah, I don't see any problem doing that. Okay, Jill, you're in Madrid. Good, so another guy from Europe. Thanks for the third guy. Us and Peter and Nina. Thanks for the experience. Tim. Oh, Tim here as well. Good. Will there be a user-submitted custom module items when it appears on already? Of course they will. Of course they will. There will be some great stuff we want to do. We want to extend custom modules to with the other functionalities we're going to add. We should do like some separate video on custom modules, what we can do now and what's coming soon. 2K is a lot for 1 or 2 sites. I guess you are referring to that you have only 1 or 2 sites. Well, shoot an email to Dima. Maybe we're going to figure out something. We can shoot an email to hello@codeproduction. Hello at Treepl.co. Maybe we're going to figure out something. How long do you feel after the special partner? It's still August 1st. It's only 2 weeks. Plus 1 is user submitted custom module items. Okay. Wonderful, nice to have. Up to date, your time, like when I'd be behind. Good point. And that's what we did with code production as well. And we do that on our internal sites. We'll totally consider that. I think there's a point in that, especially for staging in production environments, we're going to definitely consider that. What is the best way to stay up to date as we decide? Well, here's the thing. We're going to keep the Facebook for now. So we have a closed group of beta testers, and we're going to add people that are partners in there and remove eventually people that are not partners. And we're going to keep the communication there for now. We may add Slack, but I want to do the public roadmap. So there will be discussions using Discuss. If that's not enough, we can come up with something else. But I want the public roadmap to become a place where people hang out and share ideas. And I want to have profiles, and I want to have profiles of each partner. And like even among early adopters, we have some experts in SEO and the design, for example. And they have a lot to give to the community. Every early adopter that we have, you guys never heard of them. They never posted a single post on Facebook, never did a BC sample, nothing. But those guys are experts and they're doing amazing stuff. And I really want them and other guys that have been vocal in BC community to become vocal in Treepl community because they can be very, very valuable. Wondering new server. Thanks for encouraging. Thanks posting and voice methods annual direct debit. Great voice projects bearing on payments. Hosting voice methods. We should discuss that because we should discuss that and how this exactly is going to go. Tutorials and hosting countries are using we have. Yeah, it is a reason nice to have in US data centers. Yeah, these are US data centers, and these are the averages for US data centers. So everything is by default is US data centers. Okay, Steve. Yeah, we'll try our best to give you to offer you guys a reasonable offer. I think it's a win-win for all of us, and for now, it's the best we can offer. And yeah, 3,000 to get. Yeah, here's the thing, guys. You have to try really hard to sell the migration, especially for the websites, for the current version, and not make money of it. considering that if the website is using web apps, you pay $40 for it, and you move it, let's say, to business plan that has web apps, custom modules, and it's $20. Plus, you don't pay for SSL, which is $80 a month. So doing a little math, there's a good profit guarantee, and you're not going to lose on the migration. So I think it's going better than that would be too much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. I completely understand if that's a risk, but it is what it is. We can totally consider the e-commerce. Yes, that's a good comment, Kyle, on the e-commerce, because there's you may do like a mini e-commerce for Stripe, PayPal, and small number of products. Because let's say there's a small website that has only 5 products, and there's no need, and they're just starting the e-commerce. So I totally get from the we want, our slogan is creating we want to create ever-growing websites. So meaning that we like when the website starts small, and then eventually when the business grows, the website grows, and we give those features, provide them at the reasonable cost for them at where they are at that exact moment of their business. So that's totally discussable. I'm super open for discussion. Hosting prices are great. Hosting prices are amazing. Okay, guys, I think there are no questions anymore. Sorry I didn't show, the full, as a developer, the whole functionality part. We'll get that fixed pretty fast. I did a good job on migration and hosting and project program, though. That's nice. Okay. Will there be a possibility to take payments on web forms? Yeah, that's the payable events forms and the custom module items. That's the thing that we want to add, version 2 or 3. We just call that payable. These are add-ons. So yeah, this is version 3. Thanks for coming, Tim and Peter, late as well. Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
No, it seems like it might be it, Alex. So it's we're a good hour past the normal time. I'll just see if there's any more questions, but I think it's would be a good time to shut it down, and I'll post the recording tomorrow, of course.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Okay, so we're off to go, right?
Okay. Doesn't seem like there's any more questions. You okay to close it down?
I can wait more.
Okay. I'll give it another. If you got a question, now's the time to get it in the chat there. Otherwise, I think we're finished there. So I'll just give a couple more minutes for folks to ask questions.
Do you have any questions, Dave?
I do not.
Okay, good. Yeah, we should totally consider something for smaller partners, because there's a good number of partners that only have 1 to 5 websites, if I remember, based on the survey. These are I miss it. Yeah, it's the first one. So it's 12%. Yeah, it's a good number. It's an impressive number. I should totally just consider something for those charts. Thanks for pointing that out. Good idea, James. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Well, we have that in the form. I think we have that field. If we don't, we're going to edit how many websites do you have. So if you have a smaller amount of websites, like less than 5, we're going to have like some special stuff for you. Yeah, if that makes sense. Bye. Thanks, Kyle. On one final, will there be better instances keep updating, or are you killing those off? James, I think it would be fair if we're gonna send the latest stuff to partners, and yeah, just become and switch to that. I think that would be better, because beta testers are the ones who actually had something to touch, and they were able to navigate, they were able to develop, and they were able to evaluate at least something. So I think it, yeah, those guys are the hottest leads. They should be. And we got 2 partners while we were talking. So, is anybody out there better tested? Who does you better tested? But, yeah, I guess one of them is better tested. So we may. He's gonna. Yeah, we probably. That's a good idea. We discussed that. We're gonna give the latest instance to the beta testers that our partners starting to tomorrow. Well, migration has been very successful. I've shown it. I've shown that Glassprint website. That's one of the early adopters' website. That was one very quickly. That went. That was like one great. So that's why having that confidence. That's why we made those prices very cheap, starting $200. So, yeah. We really want to keep the the migration on as low as possible. My goal is to try to keep it less than $1,000 for the larger websites. So yeah, because we don't want our goal is to actually develop the system and don't earn on the migration. We want to be we want to give opportunity for profit for partners and keep it your opportunity, not us. Oh, thanks, Steve. I forgot about. Did you ever find out about what the content editor placement from the clipboard? Что там правильно? Hey, Steve, can you point me to what number of question was that in that table over here? Is that the one from code? Смотри, вот это, смотри. Hidden spam, смотри, спрятанные дилы, спаны, стили, вставленные из приборной. Вместо того, чтобы... Вот. So our developer tells us we didn't find those problems in the WYSIWYG editor, these that you described here, right now. And also, one thing that I know that we want to implement very soon is the switcher. Влад, какие у нас пароль? Ивана, да, пароль? Наташа, it's right here. Sorry. Yeah, it's right here. So basically, we want to add, instead of adding coding here, we want to add two tabs, and depending where you left off, that's where you will return to. So yeah, for each of the layouts of the pages. But as far as I hear from the guys, we didn't have those problems we had with WYSIWYG editor, the one that we had in good BC. Okay, Dean. I was referring to extra time required by the partners for migration. What do you mean? Okay, Dima said that if you guys got the partner thing, so we're gonna have a call together, and we're gonna have a call with Dima Kirill, and we're gonna answer all that questions during the call.
Okay, Alex, I think it's time here. Yeah. I'm gonna cut it off here, and I'll post the recording tomorrow. Anybody else, if you have a question, you can reach out to Alex directly there, and we'll see what happens from there.
Okay, good. Thanks a lot. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.